Welcome to the show. Good morning. This is Joycelyn Linton coming into the higher calling, and the time now is 10:02 a.m. British Standard Time. Today's date is the 27th day, and on the computer here it starts off by saying it's the 4th month of the year 2017, and the day it's the 27th day. So in England we say the 27th of April 2017. The time now is just flicked over to 10:03 British Standard Time, so we'll take it at that. And I'm seeing the odds, yes, 27, 17 and 3, but I'm seeing the 3 in all. I'm seeing the 3, 27, I'm seeing the 3 in 2017, because if you minus 17 from 20, you get 3. If you put 3 nines, you get 27. And then it's 10:03. And if you take away the 3 from the 10, you get number 7. And that's significant because, folks, I'm telling you that we are about to enter into the 7th day of the Lord. And the 7th day, if I go over, because it's the Lord that took me there this morning in my morning reading, it seems like the Lord wants me to say something to you in particular. And he took me over to this reading here in the book of Deuteronomy, written by Moses, his prophet. And the Lord took me here that to Moses, Deuteronomy chapter 5, where the prophet Moses speaks of the Lord's commandments, his 10 commandments. Do you hear this? And the Lord drew my attention, he drew my attention to the chapter 4, but along the reading, my eye was especially taken note of chapter 5, verse 14, and it says here, "But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy servant, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thine ox, nor thine ass, nor any of thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates, that thy manservant and thy maidservant may rest as well as thou." And then he says, "And remember that thou wast a servant in the land of Egypt, and that the Lord thy God brought thee out thence through a mighty hand, and by a stretched out arm. Therefore the Lord thy God commanded thee to keep the Sabbath." The Lord thy God, the Lord Almighty, our maker of the earth, the heavens, and the seas, and the fullness thereof. He has commanded us to keep the Sabbath day. He has commanded his peculiar people, his chosen people, his people who will save all the people on the earth. Well, I don't know. I'm saying that all the people, because I didn't see that biblical. But they are to save all the rest of Noah's children, because Noah had 3 sons. Okay, which was if I go over to Genesis 7, and the Lord chapter 7, and the Lord said unto Noah, "Come thou and all thy house into the ark, for thee have I seen righteous before me in this generation." Oh, yes, and so, "For yet 7 days, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights, and every living substance that I have made will I destroy from off the face of the earth." Okay, so that's verse 4 of chapter 7. But if we go over to chapter 9 of Genesis, the book of Genesis written by Moses apparently, "And God blessed Noah and his sons, and said unto them, Be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. And I say, and the love of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air." I'm going to say, "And the love of you and the joy of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the earth." And there's a contrast, you see. "Upon all that moves upon the earth, and upon all the fishes of the sea, into your hand are they delivered." Okay, so he's saying they can have dominion. And humanity has yet to attain that. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you, even all the green herb have I given you all things. Right? So the Lord God, He made the earth, the heavens and the seas and the fullness thereof. And now He's saying that Noah's family can have dominion. But remember, He's blessed them, and they're high ranking. See, they're high ranking in Him. So they are able to have that dominion. And though humanity thinks they have some sort of dominion, they really don't. They don't have that dominion. So, but flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall ye not eat. And surely your blood of your lives will I require. And surely your blood of your lives will I require. At the hand of every beast will I require it, and at the hand of every man's brother will I require the life of man. Well, that's going into another reading here. Whosoever sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of God made he man. And you be ye fruitful and multiply, bring forth abundantly in the earth, and multiply therein. And God spake unto Noah and to his sons with him, saying, And I, behold, I establish my covenant with you, and with your seed after you. Okay? Now, I won't go further on that, because now I'm going into another type of reading here. But I'll go on to chapter 10 here. And, I'll go on to verse 18 of chapter 9. Genesis chapter 9. And the sons of Noah that went forth of the ark were Shem, and Ham, and Japheth. And Ham is the father of Canaan. These are the 3 sons of Noah, and of them was the whole earth overspread. And Noah began to be a husbandman, and he planted a vineyard. And he drank of the wine, and was drunken, and he was uncovered with his tent. Now, I won't go into the situation here, but what I do want to say is, and Noah awoke, this is verse 24, and Noah awoke from his wine, and knew what his younger son had done unto him. And he said, Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren. And he said, Blessed be the Lord God of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. God shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servants. And Noah lived after the flood 350 years, and all the days of Noah were 950 years, and he died. Okay. So the story, what I'm saying to you, I'm just telling you, giving you a little background knowledge here, information. But it's interesting how he says here, Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren. And he said, Blessed be the Lord God of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. God shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant, you see. And can I tell you that today, nobody is free of being a servant to another servant. And the Lord has said to me that he doesn't like today's education in the schools, because it's teaching the children to be servants. Without that education, they can't thrive. They can't survive, or should I say. They need the education to get the employment, to get the work status, to get the social class status, you see. And I found that the way the teachers spoke to me in the school, the confidence or the lack of confidence that I may have been given or been instilled in me, has affected my whole outlook on the value I have of myself and my social status. And what I've found, I'm going into a tangent of, I'm going somewhere else right now. What I have found in this falsification of a social status, because it's vanity of the mind and it's worshipping idols, and keeping an adulterous heart as well, is that When I was growing up at school, we were led to believe that you were born brainy or you were born dumb. It was inherent in you. And that, so when you first went to school, the teachers would test to know which category you were. And you'd actually hear your parents coming into that type of agreement, that, oh yeah, this child of mine is the brainy one, and this one is not so brainy. So throughout your whole lifetime, from the day one of starting school at the age of 5 until maybe 15, okay, you believed yourself to be in the bracket that the teacher gave to you. And those who were in the higher academics, in the higher brain, you would see that they'll actually stay on into the sixth form and then go on to university. It all depends on the social status of the parents at the time and the work that the parents was doing. And so people believed into that system. Their minds were conditioned, and it still is the same today. People really believe in the social system, this social stratification, this social class. People really believe that they are working class people, and that's the way they are for the rest of their lives, and maybe for the rest of their inheritance, their lineage. And if they were ever to come out of that, they either have to have the education, and even that is a struggle. I can bear witness to that, or they win the lottery. And you've heard many people, when they win the lottery, they carry the social class conditioning mind, and they end up losing the money anyway. Yes, because their mind is not in that higher caliber of dealing with a large sum of money. So now we're all under this kind of slave mentality, or serving another servant. You see, we're all under it, and so the Lord is saying that the industrialized system, and maybe it's a hit back on me for telling me that I'm mediocre, I'm not too bright, and I'm not too dumb. Maybe it's a hurt in me, and I'm feeding that hurt right now. So but it's the Lord that has been showing me of recently that the present education system, it's teaching the people to be enslaved to the industry, enslaved to the attitudes, enslaved to the opinion, even enslaved to the economy and the state of the economy. And that's where people gear their happiness, that's where the relationships that they have with one another. And I can bear witness to that, most definitely, from the moment I left school, in the work I did, when I pursued further education, when I went into the hospital career. Everything was balanced around how brainy or how not brainy you were. What marks did you obtain in your examination? Did you pass it first time or second time? Your ability to do the work. And within the work, there was a lot of rivalry in just knowing the knowledge. And even a couple of weeks ago, I said to somebody in the church, there's something that I would like to know a bit. And because you've got first-hand knowledge, would you be able to swap that with me to quicken the reading that I'm doing? And she said, well, I haven't got the time, and da 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 da. And I thought, oh, don't tell me we're still in that old mindset, that to exchange knowledge, exchange some information, it has to be such a treasured or such a privilege. That's the word, privilege. Yes. So, and even growing up, I heard that my dad was he had a very bright mind at school. And when I went back to the country that he grew up in, they were all saying to me, are you as bright as your dad? They were said that he was exceptional with his mind, you see. And I've gotten to learn since that I was, yes, equally or even more bright, because I have a good sixth sense in myself, and I'm highly intuitive. And I can read people very well. I could read their minds. I can read into their past and into their future. There's a rare gifting in me, you see. It's just that the teachers did not know how to handle the rare gifting. Except there was one teacher who did, but I was too intoxicated by the opinions of the mass.